Yeah, Rapradar Podcast, Elliot Wilson.
My name is B-Dot.
B-Dot, what's up, baby?
You gotta trust the process.
Oh, man, it's finally time.
Yes, sir.
38 Speshal, the Rapradar Podcast.
Let's go, man.
Feels like it's been a long time coming,
It's
Spesh.
definitely been a long time, man. Definitely.
Happy to have you here, man.
I'm happy to be here, man.
Word up. But it's for a good occasion because we have this new album,
Definitely.
Special Machinery, you and Conway The Machine.
Great title.
That's
What
a
did you
great
guys come
title.
up with the title?
Yo, shout out to my boy Jordan Commander, man. He handle all of my internal stuff for the label. That was his idea.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Shout out
perfect.
to the team.
Yeah, shout out to the team. Word.
When did you realize that you and Conway need to lock in for a full album?
Yo, to be honest with you, man, me and Con been working for a while and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was time for us to lock back in. It was a minute ago back in I say probably over 10 years ago, we was out in Atlanta and recorded a bunch of songs. And I ended up losing the computer that them songs was in.
No.
Seriously. We already had about 10 songs and shit. We was locked in for a little minute. And I always knew we had to revisit and shit. We always, you know what I mean? So that was that about. We got back together and put that together.
What happened to the computer?
Long story, man. Moving around a lot, man.
Man.
You know what I'm
Do you
saying?
remember any of the bars?
Not one bar, man.
Not for real?
Yeah, that'd be crazy because when I record, I don't really take the music with me to memorize it. I keep it in the computer so it stay new. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And you don't write the bars down, it's all off the dome.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But the album debuted at #1 on iTunes too, right?
Definitely. Shout out to the fans and the supporters.
How meaningful was that for you?
That was fire. That was my first time #1 on iTunes and shit. You know, I was #2 last year with 7 shots. You know what I'm saying? We #1 now. We plan on staying there. You know what I'm saying?
But you've done a lot of collaborative projects. What do you think is the secret? When you get with a fellow spitter, what's the secret to making
The
those projects
secret is
work?
this, man. Listen, to all the producers out there, y'all never gonna get what I get out the rappers because the rapper know that it's 38 Spesh behind the boards that's recorded.
Okay, produced by 38 Spesh, the Special Machinery.
So you gotta realize when I'm sitting there locking in with a rapper, he know I'm nice. These rappers know I'm nice. So they coming with their best. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I sit and I collab with a rapper, y'all could expect them to bring their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you and Conway record together? Because I know you did Son of G-Rap with Coogee Rap.
So what happened with this project is that I had locked in with Con and had him record all his verses except one, the last joint that he sent, which is the title track. So I was sitting on all those Conway verses, and it was actually the different beats. We recorded this 4 years ago. So he wasn't sure how this album was gonna turn out. You know what I'm saying? And then I went in, revisited it, you know what I'm saying, and reproduced everything, you know, and here we go.
So then you sent it to him, and he was just like, "Oh, you killed it."
Hell yeah. Whole new shit.
So he kind of trusts you. So it's more like you leading the whole process of this
Definitely.
project.
I curated the whole project, you know what I'm saying, the whole sound of it. Like I said, when he recorded verses, and it was all over different beats at the time. So, you know, actually the intro to the track, we wasn't even going back and forth. I cut up one of his verses and then wrote in between it and made it connect.
I expect you a scientist, man.
Yeah, I'm like a scientist.
Damn, man.
Yeah, fact though.
Because it feels like you was in the booth back.
I felt like we was back and
Yeah,
forth, but and I had to get creative with it, you know what I'm saying? So I actually chopped up his verse and then I just wrote in between and connected like a puzzle. Yeah, that's why that's special to me.
And you've done albums with Conway now and Benny the Butcher.
Shout out to Ben. Definitely, you know, the whole Upstate movement, you know what I'm saying? Me and Ben started off a while ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, hell yeah, Stabbed and Shot. Me and Ben got part 2 still on the way, y'all. You know what I'm
You've been
saying?
asking for that.
Yeah, that's still on the way. They seen Special Machinery and they think I forgot about Stabbed and Shot. Nah, that's coming.
Okay.
That's something special for y'all. Trust me, y'all gonna appreciate that when it comes.
Are there similarities or differences working with Conway and Benny?
It's similarities and it's differences. See, you know, with Ben, me and Ben, I say got more of a chemistry. We step in, we kind of like one. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, our chemistry is we've been working together so much. You know what I'm saying? That our chemistry is a little more like one person when we get together. You know what I mean? Me and Conway, we just got a dope ass recording formula and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Can you speak to that foundation with Benny for people that may not know, like how you signed him and then before kind of the Griselda thing really took off?
Well, yeah, back in probably 2014, when I was first starting the trust movement, I signed a bunch of talent from the area the people that was the best in the area.
Upstate.
Yeah, and I up there, you know, I kind of like had that area, you know, in a smash. And me and Ben prior to that already had a relationship from me recording out of DJ Shay's studio. So, you know, I told Ben it just made sense that he, you know, joined the team. And then we just started, you know, we just formed and started putting music together. You know, during that point of time, we was just doing it pure out of passion. I really ain't understand the business side of things. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really too much of a way to monetize off of it. So I kind of like, you know, would be inconsistent due to having to provide in other ways. So with that, you know, Ben, he always kept working regardless of whatever situation it was. And I credit him for that. And, you know, that's how he was able to, you know, take off when he got with the Griselda movement, because he never stopped working. You know what I'm saying? And then I came back like, yo, I'm ready to work. And then that's when we did Stabbed and Shot. And then I never stopped working from there.
I know, like, from 2020 to 2022, you didn't put nothing out, but then
Facts.
came back 2022.
Facts.
I feel like you hit your career arc right there. Like,
yeah, that was
everything took
crazy.
off.
Yeah, that was crazy and shit. I did take a little break during that little COVID shit. You know, year 2020, I put out like 14 albums and shit that I actually produced and rapped on and shit. So, you know, after that, I took a little break, and then I came back with 7 shots, and you know, people responded to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you think it was about that project that really kind of took you to another level?
I think it was timing, climate of music, and actual me really displaying my lyrical ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was able to really be displayed during that climate of music. You know what I'm saying? And now people really see, like, you know, like I was like the underdog, underrated. You know, like, you know, now they see like, oh shit, you know, this guy might be better than everybody.
But that still bugs me out, because I feel like I grew up in an era where it's like as the rappers got older, they kind of fell off, right? Now it seems like guys get sharper. The bars.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really what it is, man. And I see that with myself. You know, what it is just come more experience, more understanding of yourself, learning how to actually express yourself more. When you're young, you still learning yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we get sharper as we get older with the kind of music that we make. Because the kind of music that we make is for grown folks. You understand?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what we do. When I take little breaks, to live life, to gain content, come back, and, you know what I'm saying? Because we speaking from real life experiences. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't really taking no breaks this year, because this is your second album.
That's a fact. This is the second album this year.
Gunsmoke.
Yeah, shout out to Gunsmoke.
That Gunsmoke intro.
Yeah, that's my shit right there.
Yeah, I'm proud of you of Gunsmoke.
Yo, I love Gunsmoke, man. It was like a surprise project for me. I just hopped in the studio and just recorded it like in a couple days and put it out, and I got good responses for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud. I'm proud of every project that I put out. You know, I'm passionate. I'm giving a piece of my life in every project. So it's, you know, you could get to know me more and more. You know, every project that, you know, I put out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know you're really proud of this independence. Like, even on the intro of Special Machinery, you said independence is a true reward.
That's a fact.
And, you know, and I read that you made over $1 million independently in less than a year.
That's what they said.
That's what they said.
Easy, man. Easy beat out. Tax season.
Hey, man. Independent is the way to go, man. I realize it, man. Ain't nothing like freedom. You know, a person can't give me no amount of money to take away my freedom. You know, it ain't even about me, how much money I make. You know, that's all relative. It's about me being able to actually do whatever I want to do when I want to do it, and be able to support myself.
But how did you do it? How are you able to maintain this lifestyle through independence?
Actually just finding out who I'm talking to and completely providing them. I provide a service to a certain demographic, and I just feed them. It took me a while to figure out who they was. See, that was the problem. I was rapping for everybody at first because I like all music. So if I heard this music from this, you know, area, and I was vibing to it, I would rap on those kind of beats. If I heard it from over here, I would rap just because I could. But that don't mean that's what I was supposed to do. See, I had to figure out what service I was providing, narrow in, and just completely provide that service. And then, you know, that's how I was able to establish myself. You know, when people come to me, they know what they're going to get, as opposed to me just doing everything You know what I'm saying? So once I narrowed in and realized who I'm aiming for and learned how to get to them, that's all I did, and then they took care of me. You know what I'm saying?
What do you consider that sound? Does that sound like an East Coast hardcore underground sound?
It's a mixture. It's definitely East Coast, you know what I'm saying? Lyrical with a mixture of pain and just believability. You know what I'm saying? Authenticity.
Yeah.
You know, so they, you know, like for my fans that's been following me, you know, they see me go, you know, deal with life. So, you know, with me dealing with life, you know, and still able to recover, you know, they look for me for guidance, like, you know, and that's what I'm here for. Like, you know, so that's why I make the grown music, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Talk about dealing with life on one of your standout tracks, Venting, right? You say you lost a lot dealing with this business, having to sell your jewelry back to your friends and things like that.
Facts.
Can you talk about that journey and that struggle?
That's that street shit. Like, you know, some shit that happens in the streets. Like, you know, we run around in the streets, we acquire things that's never really all the way ours. Like when we in the streets, everything that we have can be taken away from us. I'm a person that, you know, been outside for a while and experienced a lot.
Right.
So, you know, the Venting track is just a testimony of, you know, me going through things and overcoming it. You know what I'm saying?
That seems to be like the signature songs. Like you have Venting 2. Is it going to be a Venting 3?
Venting 3 is coming.
Oh, man.
Because, you know, life keep lifing.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's those things you
got
get
rich
over
brother
it.
problems.
Yeah, I got different kind of problems now. You know? You know what I'm saying? But definitely Venting 3 coming, man. You know what I'm saying? Facts.
But what's going on upstate, man? Between you, Griselda, Stove God Cook, Shay Noir, it feels like upstate is really having this movement, this moment at the same time. Like,
yeah, man, it's just man. You know, we some rapping motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Like we rap.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying, and bring the best out of each other and shit. And you know, we just stay true to that shit. And like I said, you know, it's just providing that service. We the ones you gotta come to for it now. You know?
Isn't that crazy? Because we grew up like all about the boroughs, right? Like, was that competitive to you coming up?
No, that was competitive, man. The boroughs thought we had cows and horses up there. And shit.
Rochester, New York.
They thought we had cows and horses and shit, you know, which is understandable because when you hop on them expressways and you look over and you think this is what these other cities look like.
yeah.
Not knowing these other cities is crazy as fuck, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy we able to get a chance to tell our story. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because I didn't realize it goes all the way back to fellow Rochester native Green Lantern, right? Like,
That's a
08,
fact.
09? I'm still a double XL. Like, you was doing it then?
Yeah, back then. I used to carry green crates in the club.
Wow.
See, this how it started with
Shout out
me.
Green.
Shout out to Green. Like, Green heard a beat I made at 16 years old and was like, a 16-year-old made that beat? I need to meet him.
He got a great ear.
He got a great ear.
Yeah.
So, you know, shout out to Green, man. I came up watching Green and shit. I picked up a lot of little production tips from him and just like creative tips from him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like how to start a project and finish a project, you know, to make it have that, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, shout out to Green Lantern.
You've been doing this for a long time. I saw you tweeted once. You said you started rapping at 7, producing at 15.
Facts.
And I started selling crack at 11.
This is a fact. This is a
Well, you
fact.
rapping at 7. You remember your first rhyme?
Yeah, my first rhyme, man. My first rhyme and shit. Yeah, man. I done spit it before, man. I on another joint. I ain't gonna spit it again because it's kind of dated and shit. Shout out to my older brother and shit. He was the one that helped me scribe it. I used to look up the older bro.
Yeah.
And R.I.P. and shit. The older bro. You know what I'm saying? Lover Boy. But Lover Boy helped me write my first rap at 7 years old. Me wanting to be like Big Bruh. From then on, it stuck with me. That was my form of getting attention. You know what I'm saying? They used to actually stop the class in 2nd grade and be like, yo, listen, if y'all kids used to ask the teacher, yo, could you let them rap? She like, if y'all be good,
So
y'all
that was
be
your
good.
time,
You know, I get up there and rock shit, you know. 2nd grade shit.
2nd grade. But your dad was a DJ too, though, right?
Yes, he was and shit. So I grew up, around records, digging crates and shit. Pops was a DJ. That's another thing I took in. Pops was a DJ, but it was his side hustle. He went to work every day, but on the weekends, he was always booked 6 months in advance. So I used to watch him, have his dates. Sometimes he'd bring me and my bro with him to his gigs and shit. Let my bro, if it's a younger crowd, hold it down and shit. He kind of wanted us to be DJs and shit. But, I took the music shit somewhere else.
Right.
Right.
So that was kind of like your foundation. Your dad just exposing you to all these different styles of music.
Yeah, well, it was really my brother,
your brother,
with
okay.
the writing. My pops just had a place that we could go and cultivate it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
But producing at 15, like when did that come about?
Shout out to my homie DC, man. I started out me going to different studios. Back in the days, the older drug dealers knew I was talented. They would pay for studio time and have me come there, and I would teach them how to like count their bars and how to format a song.
Wow.
And during me doing that, I got introduced to the MPC. And, you know, I started making beats on it at like 15, and I still make beats on that machine to this day.
The same one?
Not the same one, a more upgraded version,
Okay,
but I'm an MPC guy.
That's your weapon of choice.
That's my weapon of choice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, yeah, I started young with that shit. I started young. I always had the talent, but it was a passion thing. It wasn't like nothing about no money, just was passion. You know what I'm saying? And no way to really exploit the talent, because we so far from anything with opportunity.
Right.
We 5-6 hours away from a big city, so it don't matter how nice you is. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, you use it to get out of trouble, because I read that you was on house arrest
I definitely was.
at 15. That's when you started really.
That's when I started. That's when I learned how to actually like play with keys and orchestrate notes. That was before the MPC. You know, at about 14, 15, when they had me in the house for like 5 months on house arrest.
Oh my gosh.
I had a keyboard, and then that's when I started figuring out what notes and what sounds go with what and how to orchestrate sounds. I learned sequencing when I got my hands on an MPC, but I already was familiar with chords and sounds. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I was 16 and Green Lantern heard a beat I made, he was blown away. Facts.
It's way more advanced than.
Yeah. You know
What producers were you like looking up to?
Definitely Primo. You know, shout out to Preem. Back then and shit, man, I was Just, Blaze, Kanye, Bink definitely. You know what I'm saying? I was always a Bink fan and shit. You know, Dre from the Chronic era, man, you know.
Yeah.
I just love good music, man.
Yeah.
I just love good music.
I heard a rumor that you and Bink are doing something together too.
Definitely, man. We got some music in the stash, man. Me, Bink, and Ransom. We got some music in the stash.
You heard that might be Kevin Durant related?
Yeah, man. KD, man.
You heard the same rumor, huh, Elliot?
Yeah, man. KD been wearing his executive hat, man. You know, KD got an ear, though.
I was going to say, is there a bigger 38 Spesh fan than Kevin Durant out here, man? There might not be a bigger one.
Yeah, he fuck with me hard, man. He know good music, so he got a good ear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a real good ear. It surprised me how you know, how in tune he is.
When did your first connect?
Shit, man, sometime after I dropped 7 shots, but he was already a fan. Rand had told me because they was talking in the end. He was like, yo, KD fucking with you hard. And I'm like, oh, word. And then
So he knew Ransom first.
yeah, I guess I don't know how yeah, he was already talking to Rand. He was already in touch with Rand.
Yeah.
And I guess he, you know, Rand told me like, you know, son, fuck with you heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's how that shit started, you know. Shout out to my boy Ransom.
Yeah. But it might be a business thing where you guys figure out how to partner up and make something special for the culture.
Definitely. You know, we put some plays together. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Shout out to KD, Unk, and my boy Vito, that whole team over there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Another basketball player, LeBron James.
Shout out to LeBron James.
He might be number 2. If Kevin Durant's number 1, LeBron's number 2.
Yeah, that's fire, right?
Started lineup right there.
Yeah, that's kind of fire, man.
Right?
Yeah, shout out to LeBron James, man. He I don't know if he just got put on or something during that, because it was one week he posted me 4 times.
On the story 4 times?
He was going crazy.
Wow.
He posted me like 4 times.
In the whip, listen to the
He was
joints?
in a whip. He was working out. I'm like, yeah, you know, he was in the whip a couple times. The last time he had this, he spit word for word.
Yeah.
This is off the 7 shots again?
And it's crazy because he spit something from 2019.
Wow.
So that video y'all see of LeBron rapping my shit, that's a song that came out in 2019 with me and Fred the Godson called Empty Plates. Y'all go get that. That lets y'all know
What's it called
that
again? I'm sorry?
Empty Plates.
Empty Plates.
So that lets y'all know, you know, stay true to your shit. See, it don't follow trends. Good music, like I said, I made that 4 years ago. Prior to LeBron rapping it, it's good music. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that just show, you know, just because the song ain't get heard yet or ain't take off doesn't mean that it ain't good.
Yeah.
You know, when a person hear it and it's good music, they're gonna appreciate it. So it's just about making good music.
All right. Have you connected with LeBron yet?
Nah, I ain't connect
Still?
with LeBron yet,
man.
man. You know, I'ma catch him though. I'ma catch him and shit. LeBron, holla at me, man. You know what I'm saying?
But back to the substance element, I feel like you're still not afraid to be like not critical of kind of the state of things, right? Like outside of what you guys do, the spit is like there's not enough of a balance, I guess you feel, in the culture right now.
Of course, you know what I mean? I love all music. I know that music, you know, is all about mood, and I don't feel the same way all day. Sometimes I might want to feel like going to the club and I need somebody to provide that service. I might be with my lady and I want somebody to provide that service.
Yeah.
So you got to realize, like, I love all music. I just know the service that I provide.
Yeah.
You also provide a lot of great advice, man. You're the reason why Ransom came out of retirement.
Shout out Ransom.
That's what he told us.
Hey man, that's the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it only took one conversation though. It wasn't like one conversation. Ransom was back 100 miles per hour.
But what made you put that bug in his ear though?
Because he was too good of a rapper not to be putting out music, and I knew why he wasn't putting out music, because I went through those same type of, you know, you kind of get frustrated with the way that this industry was, especially not being able to monetize off your talent. So that'll discourage you. So I had to spread the word that, yo, it was ways we could monetize just off doing what we do. You know, and there was a few guys, you know, like Fred the Godson, R.I.P., you know, I pulled him into the movement, you know, and we was gathering to get things together. And it's just like sharing information. I see a guy that's dope. He don't know something. It don't take away nothing from me to be able to be like, you know, this is what's going on out here now. And once somebody get the information, if they hungry, they gonna do what they supposed to do. And Rand did what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts.
When do you think that shift happened as far as music goes? Like the sound of music, being able to monetize it the way you...
The shift started to happen when it started to get more noticeable on our side when the Griselda movement came. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit that helped me, like, get away from the streets, like, because I seen it was people from our area that was able to get noticed, which was a first time. And, you know, so that's when the shift started to change for, you know, for me, noticing that it could be done. You know what I'm saying? And that was encouraging, like, okay, you know, so after that, I just had to realize, it took me a little trial and error to find out a formula to make it, you know, beneficial.
Because at one point, I remember when I got tapped into you was on Invasion Radio.
Right.
He's putting out the mixtapes.
Right.
You got like a little buzz, at least virally on, you know, on the blogs and stuff like that. Then you kind of went back to jail, right?
Definitely.
Like, how discouraging was that moment? Do you feel like it just stalled your momentum?
Of course, like when I came home from jail, music changed. Nobody cared about lyricism no more. Before I went in, you remember I was on the spot with Young Chris and shit.
That's why I first got tapped in.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And I was dumping, and I had balls. When I came back, nobody cared about balls no more. Everybody was like, you know, clubbing. That's where the discouraging part came in, because it's like, okay, now if you want some recognition, nobody don't care about how nice you is no more. It's about how much money you got, or you know, other things. You know, then social media came in, and it was about content and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it just started taking away from the lyrical ability and talent more and more. And then once I seen that people was appreciating talent again, the door started opening, like, okay, I might have a shot. I think all of that changed once, you know, people start realizing, like, you know, a lot of those like big battles help too, like Pusha T, Drake, and you know, shit like that. You know, it made motherfuckers be like, oh, okay,
right,
gotta know how to rap.
Right.
Yeah. You want to hear what he has to say about this person.
You want to hear some lyrics and shit. You know, and it's like, oh, okay. You know, and that started helping with the shift as well. You know what I'm saying? And now I see kids, man. I was riding with 8 and 9 year olds the other day, and they was listening to Tupac hit them up.
Wow.
Word for word, saying it word for word, though. And I realized that's what I was saying around that age. So I'm like, yo, okay. They starting to, you know, want to hear lyrics again, which is, you know, a beautiful thing to me.
Yeah, I think that's funny about diss records. You don't look at the lyricism aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Like you get into the beef and the dissing, but it's really the cleverness of the bars also that's the key element to winning a battle or anything that goes on. You see even with the battles online with the kids, like same things.
Definitely.
Talk about your brand though, man. The TCF.
Trust comes first is the movement, man. Trust.
The Chosen Few.
The Chosen Few was how it started, man. And then, you know, shout out to my boy Rock La Familia, my cuz, man. We came up with a bunch of acronyms and shit for TCF, and he said trust come first, and that shit stuck.
Ooh, that's
you heard? And, you know, I've been screaming trust for over 10 years now, man. And
you scream trust after every goddamn verse.
After every verse, I gotta let it be known. It's just about the brand, man.
Right.
You know, hey, man, and they screaming it when they see me. They know, like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it's a strong movement. It's starting to, you know, just grow by the day.
So you gonna bring us some trust hoodies and stuff?
Nah, next time I got y'all gotta get me some sizes, man. Get y'all right. For real.
But when you say trust, you have emphasis behind it. Like, is there more to it than just an acronym?
Like, you know, man, it mean a lot, man. You know, that's what, you know, man, that's just the foundation for everything. You know what I'm saying? And then not just that though, it's like a lot for a person. It says a lot about a person's character that's able to scream trust for 10, 12 years and nobody question it.
Right.
That says a lot. You understand? That means everybody that I came across has some sort of level of trust for me. Or, you know, that's an honorable person. You know, so I like to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
Yeah, you can't be yelling trust if you're a dishonorable person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Talk about your background in Rochester, right? You said that you had to move out of your city, you know, because you get the most hate from there on Sal's Pizza.
Hell yeah. Man,
do you feel like it's still like that now?
I think for every rapper, you better get the fuck away from them places that you grew up in before they kill you. You heard? This ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, especially if you had any ties to the streets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, I'm just happy to be alive, man. I had several attempts on my shit, you know what I'm saying? That's documented. Y'all back home know what time it is. And I'm happy to just be away from all that shit. And you know, that shit ain't nothing pretty about that street shit. You know, that's why I give y'all both sides. That's why I make songs like Venting and things of that nature. I motivate y'all to get y'all money, but I also motivate y'all to get the fuck from out of the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You were really deep in the streets because, like, I'm listening to, like, Eye on the Money. You say you were rated at 14 years old.
Yeah, I caught my first cell charge at 14 years old.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I've been in juvenile system since a kid. So, you know, I experienced it, you know, being incarcerated as a child and as an adult. You know, that's why I'm real proud of the lifestyle that I live now, of being able to really, like, be all the way legit. I take pride in that because where I come from. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not normal.
Yeah, I saw somebody you were saying that once you realized you could make money off the music, you had to give everything else up. You want to be greedy or felt like it was going to go negative if you tried to keep everything.
Yeah, that was a fact. Once I started to be able to pay my bills off of music, I didn't want to do nothing else. I felt like if I was doing anything else, it would be being greedy. I knew all the shit that I wanted, I would eventually get. I got everything I wanted at one point in time from the streets and lost it all. You heard? By the time I made a transition, I had to make a transition, and like I had to make a decision to try to go and get everything back or just say fuck it, count my blessings. I decided to say fuck it and count my blessings. Gave my all in my same, you know, hustle to my passion, and I end up getting everything back tenfold.
When do you feel like things started to click for you?
Things started to click for me once I after Stabbed and Shot and Son of G Rap. After those two projects, I was able to pay my bills. That was it. I said, oh shit, projects pay my bills? I'm putting out 6 next year. The year after that, I put out 14.
The wholesale.
I wasn't playing. Once I realized, I put out 2 projects one year, and then it was paying my bills. That following year, I put out 5. A year after that, I put out 14. I ain't playing, you know.
And at first you sounded what, direct to consumer, like on a website at a certain price point?
At first I was you know, direct to consumer and shit, you know. Then I started partnering up with different distributors on a physical side, physical meaning like vinyl and CDs and things of that nature. I always had, you know, my digital partners and shit, whether it be, you know, E1, Empire, or, you know, Orchard or whoever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what it's about, man. Once I realized this shit is about building catalog for you rappers out there. It's about building fans. You know, you don't need a million of them, building a few of them that fuck with you and keep feeding them. You know what I'm saying? Keep feeding them, man. That's it. Every time you put out a project, it's an asset. You know what I'm saying? And you just keep stacking those, man. Keep stacking those.
So do you feel like you kind of know your fan base, like this core group, and how to mobilize them?
I know them exactly. When I go in the booth, I know exactly who I'm talking for. To the point I don't even care about everybody else. Wow. I know I don't make music for everybody. Yeah. I know I make music for
if you get them, I guess. It's like,
if they come, they come.
Yeah.
They just gonna come if they come. But the person I make music for, I know exactly who I'm making music for when I step in the booth, and that's the only person I care about. So they don't even advise me to make these records or these records, because I make music for those people, and those people take care of me. And they looking for me when they want to hear the shit I provide. So I'm not gonna do what the other people provide. That's like, you know, you don't go to KFC looking for burgers. You know what I'm saying? So fact, y'all, you know, every time you pick up a Spesh, you know what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Trust.
Or I remember I saw you perform at SOBs a couple months
man.
ago.
Shout out, you was in there.
I was
man.
there. I was in the cut.
Yeah,
I forget what month it was.
About in December.
Yeah,
I heard that joint was sold out. That's
it
what I
was
heard.
chunky in there.
It was definitely packed, man. It was crazy. Yeah, that was a movie. It was.
That was in the cut.
That was in the cut. That's fire, B. That's fire. I'm glad you was in the building, man. So you get to see me get busy. See how the people respond to me. You know what I'm saying? See how my people respond to me, man. And you know, when it's a diverse crowd, you know, like I done been on different tours with different artists and shit. The people that was in there was like really from like the streets and shit. Like I see a lot of like
real ones.
Criminal
ones is in the
criminal
building.
activity.
I saw a couple ladies too. There was a few ladies.
There you go.
Yo, thanks for highlighting that, B-Dot. They don't know females come to the show. Thank you for highlighting
they
that,
were there.
B-Dot. Yeah.
There must have been some nice looking ladies.
Different kind. You know, we bring out the different kind of ladies that like the different kind of men that take care of their dinners and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
What was your favorite moment for that show?
Honestly, the crazy part is that it was when I seen an Asian lady saying my joint word for word, and I passed her the microphone and she sung along.
Wow,
it blew my mind out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You have such a diverse catalog. Is it hard narrowing down a set list when you do
Hell
shows?
Yeah, hard all the time, man. They be telling me, why you ain't do this? I came just to hear this song. That shit be hard as hell, man. I put out a lot of music, man. You know, so I try to switch it up. Every city stay with the main joints, but it's hard.
Do you go back and listen to your old stuff?
Yeah, from time to time. I got certain songs that I always listen to from out the catalog, but from when I'm on a road trip, I might breeze through the catalog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Are there certain core group, like 3 to 5 songs that's essential for every set list that you definitely have to perform?
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Empty Plates is one of that shit LeBron was spitting. That's one of them. I'll be having to do that and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of them on there that I have to do. Sunday School. You heard? That's a must. Acting like I ain't kill everybody on Sunday School, man. Those respectfully, man. Y'all know that, man. Like, damn, man. Come on, man. I was verse of the decade, man. Y'all can still talk about that shit, man. Come on, man.
You remember when you came up with that verse?
Yeah, man. I made that verse after, believe it or not, I recorded 10 songs that night.
Damn.
And then Benny sent me that verse. I'm like, damn. What I'm gonna do to this? Because he rapped for like 3 minutes. But I knew that this project was gonna be a big project for Brian. And I said, I'm about to smoke this shit. Because I knew people was gonna hear me. And so I smoked it, sent it to him. He was like, yeah, you smoked that shit. I'm waiting for Kiss this. I'm like, oh, Kiss about to hop on it? He was like, I said, man, I don't care who about to hop on it. They ain't gonna be able to do what I did. You heard?
I think you and Ransom at some point gotta do Last Gas. In person.
Got to.
Yeah.
Got to. I'm glad you said that. Rand, you heard that? Yeah. The people want to see us do that.
Because you guys haven't done
Rand don't like to leave the house.
Yeah.
Rand ain't with that shit.
I see him on vacation all the time these days now.
Rand stays on vacation, man.
Stay out the country, man.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Mm-hmm. What you saying,
rap life is good for these independent guys, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
It's like, come out of America. I'll sit with you. I'm like, word? That's how we doing it?
Facts.
But yeah, you and Rand, like Elliot was about to allude to, y'all haven't done that project yet.
I thought y'all had a full project. Maybe I'm just imagining it.
Nah, it's coming. It's coming and shit. We putting that together. It's definitely coming. And it's gonna fuck y'all up. There's no combo like me and him. We rap like a motherfucker.
Randolph and Mortimer?
Yeah, Randolph and Mortimer.
I know the fans are also on your head top, man, because that 1996 tape, where is that at?
Yo, it's coming. I'm gonna end the year with it, man, on the low.
Okay.
That's the one at the end of the year.
It's the last one for the year.
I really enjoy those tapes where you just jacking these other people's beats and
yeah, that should be fun, man. Yeah. That should be fun. Matter of fact, you did inbox me after I dropped, like, yo, you was fucking with that.
Yeah, you had one line, you was like, stop wearing it was 36 millimeter wide.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nah, I respect that. B-Dot, you've been supporting for a minute, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The time had to be right, we finally get to sit down.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. I'm just glad, y'all see the work being put in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, obviously you put out 2 projects this year, but, we had a setback a couple months back with your brother passing, Loverboy.
Definitely.
He lost his life to gun violence. How did that affect you and the family?
Man, that shit was something that was very, very hard to deal with and shit, man. When you never know how much you love something until it's not there. We take for granted people and shit. We think they're gonna be there forever. That fucked me up because, that was like my first best friend. That's my big bro. That's, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, though, I know what he wanted me to do, so I'm just staying focused and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like staying focused. But it was definitely hard, and it's still hard.
Right.
It's some unbelievable shit. Like losing a sibling is I lost my mother a couple years prior to that. And that was one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with. I didn't think anything would be harder than that. Losing my brother was actually harder than that because that's a person that you deal with every day. That's the person that you deal with the loss of when shit happens. When shit happens that's tragic, you got them certain people you call right away. Somebody died, something else. As some people start dwindling and shit, it gets very hard to deal with. Right.
Yeah, how proud was he of your success?
He was proud as hell. It was crazy because he seen, me, doing my thing like right before. He seen 7